The corrupt cops, sheriff, prosecutors, and courts are so corrupt they made a play about the falsely charged and jailed sheeple and what it took to get them out. Charlotte County Sheriff and Punta Gorda police are corrupt to no body cams or car cams because it's the cop's word against yours, and the judge and prosecutor are going to believe the cop because policing for profit is John 1. Florida Studio Theater. Inmates freed from death row in exonerated. By J. Handelman. J. H. Handelman at HeraldTribune.com. It has been a dozen years since Florida Studio Theater first staged the haunting play The Exonerated, about people on death row who were convicted of murder but later released when evidence revealed they were actually innocent. As Kate Alexander prepares to stage a new production, she said the issues involved and the true stories featured in the play by Jessica Blank and Eric Jensen may be even more frightening this time around. When we last did it, the idea was quite shocking to hear that people could be exonerated, because there was such an assumption that if you were in jail you were guilty. Alexander said. But what has also expanded is our understanding of the criminal justice system, how it relates to race and class, and how, if you have enough money for a really good defense, you have a better chance at justice than if you're poor. With many states turning over their prisons to for-profit corporations, it becomes an even more frightening scenario that has to be understood, she said. The play is based on interviews Blank and Jensen conducted with 40 former death row inmates who had been freed after years in prison. What the play brings to light is that these are good people. These are not criminals. See Exonerated, E10. From left, Lawrence Evans, Susan Greenhill, Jeffrey Plunkett, and Warren Jackson are among the stars of Florida Studio Theater's production of The Exonerated. Photo provided by FST/Alex Hill. Exonerated. Continued from E1. That somehow got lost in a system, Alexander said. And there's no sense we're out of the woods because we did it 12 years ago. Now it's something to be really aware of how we incarcerate people. Of the theater's 2005 production, the Herald Tribune said, some plays make you feel, while others make you think. But it's a rare play that makes you want to take action, to help shake some sense into people and see the injustices around them. Susan Greenhill, a frequent FST actor who has collaborated on numerous productions with Alexander, said the subject matter really moved me when I first saw it. The problems are still going on and it's a way to embody it and open up the discussion and also get money to the people who need it. A portion of the ticket sales goes to the real people depicted in the play and others who have been exonerated. The theater also is partnering with the Innocence Project of Florida, which has been working to free innocent people in the state for 14 years. Executive Director Seth Miller said there have been nearly 2,000 exonerations across the country since 1989. Our movement has made significant progress in leveraging what we have learned about wrongful convictions into meaningful reforms to prevent them from occurring in the future. Greenhill plays Sonny Jacobs, who was in prison for 17 years, including 5 on death row, for the murder of 2 police officers in 1976. Jacobs' husband, Peter Pringle, faced similar charges 4 years later in Ireland. The actress said she has read as much as possible about Jacobs, including her autobiography. It was just amazing. It filled in a lot of things that aren't in the play. If it was fiction, I would make them up for myself, but she's a person and she's alive now and working for justice and for other people who were wrongly convicted on death row. The cast also includes Robert D. Mowry, who appeared in the theater's first production, along with Lawrence Evans, Jeffrey Plunkett, Catherine Michelle Tanner, Keenawan Bentley, David Seidler, Warren Jackson, Kevin Cristaldi, and Karen Stevens. Evans plays Delbert Tibbs, who was wrongfully convicted of murder and rape in 1974. Plunkett plays Carrie Max Cook, who was convicted of rape and murder in 1977 and served 20 years in a Texas prison before he was released and became an activist against the death penalty. Bentley's character, David Keaton, was one of the Quincy Five, a group of young African American men from Quincy, Florida, who were convicted in the 1970 murder of a Leon County deputy sheriff. All of them were later exonerated. Alexander is staging what she describes as a simple production because one of the things the writers ask is to focus on the words. The actors will carry scripts, but probably won't need them, she said. These are true stories. Those words are riveting as they come across, Alexander said. The production in the Keating Theatre has a brief run from April 19 to 29. The final performance is a benefit for the Innocence Project of Florida, an evening that will include a panel discussion with several people exonerated after serving time in Florida prisons. At 5 p.m. April 27, the theater will present Catholic lay chaplain Dale S. Recinella, who has spent many years walking men and women to their deaths in prison. His talk is titled Now I Walk on Death Row. Lawrence Evans plays Delbert Tibbs, who was wrongfully convicted of murder and rape in 1974, in the play The Exonerated at Florida Studio Theater. Photos provided by FST/Alex Hill. Susan Greenhill plays Sonny Jacobs, a woman convicted in the murder of 2 police officers and exonerated after 17 years in prison, in Florida Studio Theater's production of The Exonerated.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.